Let's discuss some topic-wise questions of the IGCSE topic covalent bond. In our earlier video, we have learned that what is covalent bond, what's the difference between ionic bond and covalent bond and metallic bond. So let's discuss some questions related to this topic. Let's start with some MCQ questions. Our first MCQ question is, in which compounds are pairs of electrons shared between the atoms? Now let's have a look at the three compounds which are given to us. The first one is sodium chloride. Now we can see that this compound have a metal and a non-metal. So here only ionic bond is formed. Now in ionic bond we know the pairs of electrons are not shared, the electrons are transferred. So our first option gets wrong. The second option is methane. Methane is CH4. Now it's a bond, it's a molecule between a non-metal and a non-metal. So obviously this compound is a covalent compound and we have pairs of electrons being shared between these atoms. So we are left with one option 2. Now let's have a look at the third option, which is lead bromide. Again, now it's a compound with a metal and a non-metal. Now again it's an ionic compound which doesn't have the electrons shared between the atoms. So our only option is 2. So 1 and 3 gets cancelled. So our answer is B, which has the option 2 only. So correct answer is B. Now let's have a look at the second MCQ, which says element X has 6 electrons in its outer shell and it's shown here. How could the element react? Now we know that for an element to react, either it loses electron or gains electron or shares electron. Now if we look at this element, it has 6 electrons. It will rather share 2 electrons or it will gain 2 electrons. So let's have a look at the options given here. The option A says by gaining 2 electrons to form a positive ion. Now gaining is possible, but by gaining electron it gets a negative charge and not the positive charge. So the option A gets cancelled. B option is by losing 6 electrons to form a negative ion. Again, losing 6 electrons is not possible, and losing 6 electron gives a positive charge and not the negative charge. So again option B gets cancelled. Now if you look at the option C, by sharing 2 electrons with 2 electrons from another element to form 2 covalent bonds. Now this option is possible, but then let's have a look at the option D also. It says by sharing 2 electrons with 2 electrons from another element to form 4 covalent bonds. Now if you share 2 electrons with the other 2 electrons, it will form 2 covalent bonds and not the 4 covalent bonds. So our correct option is C. Answer C. Let's move on to the third MCQ question, which says covalent bonds are formed when electrons are dash. Covalent compounds have dash electrical conductivity. Now let's have a look at the option. It says which words correctly complete gaps 1 and 2. Option A says shared and high. Now obviously covalent compounds shares the electrons, so when electrons are shared, that's correct, but covalent compounds doesn't have a good electrical conductivity, so electrical conductivity is not high. So option A gets cancelled. Option B, shared the electrons and low conductivity. This is true, but then let's have a look at the option C and D also. It says transfer of the electrons. Now here it gets wrong because covalent compounds don't transfer the electrons, it shares the electrons. So correct option is option B. Fourth MCQ has another question. The diagram shows the structure of methane. Here is the structure of methane and it says what is the total number of electrons used for bonding in this molecule. Now let's count the number of electrons used in the bonding of this molecule. We can see that there are 4 single bonds. So carbon will share 1 electron each for each of the covalent bonds, and one electron from each of the hydrogen atom will also be shared to form the 4 covalent bonds. So in all we have 8 electrons. So here is our option C with the correct 8 electrons. Let's have a look at the MCQ 5th, which says, which statement about gaseous hydrogen chloride and solid potassium chloride is correct? Now if you think about these two compounds, hydrogen chloride is HCl, a compound between a non-metal hydrogen and a non-metal chlorine. So this is a covalent compound. Solid potassium chloride. Now potassium is a metal and chlorine is a non-metal. So this is an ionic compound. So let's read the options. Option A, hydrogen chloride is covalent but potassium chloride is ionic. It is true. So let's have a look at the other options also. Hydrogen chloride is ionic but potassium chloride is covalent. No, this option is wrong because we have already discussed hydrogen chloride is a covalent compound. Option C says both are covalent compounds. Again that option goes out. And D says both are the ionic compounds. Again this option also goes wrong. So our correct option, the correct answer is option A. Now we have seen 5 MCQs. Let's have a look at some more subjective questions, which says, here we will have some subjective questions related to the same topic, covalent bond. Let's have a look at the first subjective question. It says, it is known that the smell of a seaside is due to the chemical dimethyl sulfide, which has the formula here shown. Draw a diagram that shows the arrangement of valency electrons in the one molecule of this covalent compound, where carbon should be represented by the cross, hydrogen electrons should be represented by this dot, and the electrons of sulfur should be represented by the bold dot. So let's draw a diagram which shows the arrangement of valency electrons in this covalent compound. Now if you look at sulfur, dimethyl sulfide, we should have such a structure. Let me draw it at the side, where sulfur we know has 6 electrons in its outer shell. So it should form 2 covalent bonds. So sulfur has 2 covalent bonds with dimethyl, which have 2 carbon atoms on each of the covalent bonds. So here should be our structure, dimethyl sulfide. Now to draw this structure, we should know that the sulfur forms 2 covalent bonds, and the reason for this is that it has 6 electrons in its outer shell, which needs 2 more electrons to complete its octets. So to complete 2 more electrons to octet, it forms 2 covalent bonds, and carbon has 4 electrons in its outer shell, which needs 4 more electrons. So it will form 4 covalent bonds, and that is the reason that we have got such a structure of dimethyl sulfide. So let's start by drawing the sulfur atom at the middle, where we need to show 6 electrons in its outer shell. Now sulfur is represented by the bold dots, where it has 6 electrons in outer shell, and 2 of these 6 electrons will be shared with the carbon. So we are drawing it at the side, and out of 6 now we are left with the 4 electrons, which we are drawing now on the other sides. Now besides sulfide, we have 2 carbons on the both sides. So let's draw the atom of carbon now on both sides of the sulfur. This is a carbon atom, and carbon atom has to be representing the electrons of it by the cross. So let's draw cross again, which is sharing 1 electron from each carbon with the sulfur, and carbon has 4 electrons in its outer shell. So we are left with 3 more, which can be drawn on the other sides. So here are the 2 carbon atoms with the 4 electrons in its outer shell. So now let's draw the remaining hydrogen atom all around the carbon, where each carbon have 3 hydrogen atoms bonded to it. So we need to draw in all 6 hydrogen atom around the 2 carbon atoms. Now hydrogen atom, electrons of the hydrogen atom are presented by dots. So let's draw hydrogen with 1 dot in sharing with the carbon. So we should be drawing each hydrogen atom with 1 electron each in sharing with the carbon. So here we go with 6 hydrogen atom where 3 hydrogen atom are with 1 carbon atom each. So this is our final structure where we are showing the arrangement of valency electrons in each of the atoms of this molecule, that is carbon, sulfur and hydrogen. Now such a question carries 3 marks where one of the mark is for the correct valence electrons of each atom. The second mark is for the correct bonding pairs of electrons of each atom, and then the non-bonding pairs of electron with the correct bonding system, that is C with the 4 covalent bonds, sulfur with the 2 covalent bonds. So here is our first subjective questions. Let's move on to the second subjective question where again it has a diagram. Draw a diagram to show the arrangement of electrons in a molecule of methane CH4 where carbon has to be presented by the dot and hydrogen with the help of a cross. A very simple question where carbon is having the 4 valence electrons each bonding to one of the hydrogen atom, and all of you must be knowing this, but then let's discuss it here by showing a diagram. Here we have 4 hydrogen atom around the carbon. Now carbon have 4 electrons which has to be presented by dots and each being shared to the hydrogen atom. So all the 4 electrons of carbon goes in the sharing with hydrogen, and hydrogen also have only 1 electron which goes in sharing with the carbon, forming 4 covalent bonds. So here is our structure with methane as carbon forming 4 covalent bonds with the hydrogen. Let's have a look at the third question, which says chlorine reacts with the phosphorus to form phosphorus trichloride. Draw a diagram showing the arrangement of valence electrons in one molecule of the covalent compound phosphorus trichloride where phosphorus atoms electrons has to be presented by cross and the electrons of chlorine to be presented by the dot. Now if you look in the periodic table, phosphorus is in group 5. That shows it has 5 electrons in its outer shell and it needs 3 more electrons to complete its octet. So it's going to share 3 of its electron out of 5 to form the 3 covalent bonds with each chlorine atom because it is trichloride. So the formula of phosphorus trichloride is PCl3. So now let's start drawing the diagram by drawing phosphorus at the center, and as we know phosphorus have 5 electrons in its outer shell which is to be presented by crosses, and 3 of the electrons goes in the sharing. So let's draw 3 electrons for the sharing first. Now out of 5, 3 are drawn and we are left with the 2 which we are drawing together. Now chlorine atom will be sharing its outer shell electron with phosphorus. So let's draw the chlorine atom around the phosphorus now. 3 chlorine atoms. Here goes the 3 chlorine atoms around phosphorus. Now chlorine have 7 electrons in its outer shell which needs only 1 more electron to complete its octet. So only 1 electron out of 7 will go in sharing with phosphorus, and the remaining 6 will be drawn in the outer shell but not in sharing. So the same goes with the other 2 chlorine also, where 1 of the electron is shared out of 7 and the remaining 6 goes unpaired, that is unbonded. So here is our structure where you can draw the structure with the 3 simple covalent bonds of phosphorus and chlorine. This question has another part B. Let's have a look at this part also, which says silicon 4 oxide has a macromolecular structure. Now silicon oxide is also a covalent compound, but it's a giant structure, macromolecular structure it has. So describe the structure of silicon oxide. You may use a diagram. Now we know that silicon 4 oxide it is, but its formula is SiO2. Now we also need to remember that silicon is in group 4. So it needs to share all these 4 of its electrons with the other atoms to make the covalent compound just like a carbon. So let's start drawing a structure where we are drawing silicon with 4 covalent bonds drawn with each of the oxygen atom. Now we know that oxygen has 6 electrons in its outer shell and it needs 2 more. So that shows that it's going to form 2 covalent bonds. So now each of the oxygen will be forming 2 covalent bonds. So now you can understand that each of the oxygen will forming 2 covalent bonds with the silicon as shown here. So you can see that each silicon forms 4 covalent bonds with oxygen. It forms 4 covalent bonds with each oxygen atom, and each oxygen atom forms 2 covalent bonds with silicon. Because oxygen can form only 2 covalent bonds, so it's going to form it with the silicon. And so this is how the structure is described, where we can draw a structure and we can describe it in the words also to get the total of 3 marks. Now we should also understand one more point, that we are drawing only the part of the macromolecular structure of silicon oxide, but here it can continue further in a 3-dimensional way, where this silicon also will form 4 more covalent bonds. So it's going to continue this way in a 3-dimensional rigid structure, which we are not showing here. So now let's go to the next question, question 4. Again it says, draw a diagram showing the arrangement of valence electrons in one molecule of covalent compound of methanol. Now if we know the formula of methanol, it is CH3OH, and if you draw the structure, it is one carbon atom has 3 covalent bonds with the hydrogen atom, and the 4th covalent bond with the oxygen, and this oxygen has 1 more covalent bond with again hydrogen. So this is how is the structure of methanol. And if we draw a dotted cross diagram of methyl, then let's start with the carbon atom first, which has 4 electrons in its outer shell. Now carbon's electron are to be presented by cross, so let's draw 4 cross all around the carbon, where each of these 4 electrons will be shared to get 4 more electrons to complete its octet. Now we can see that there are 3 hydrogen atom around carbon. So let's draw the hydrogen atom around the carbon, 3 hydrogen atom. So here are our 3 hydrogen atom, and the electron of the hydrogen atom has to be presented by a bold dot, and that's only 1 electron of each hydrogen atom which goes in sharing with the carbon. Now the 4th atom is oxygen near the carbon. Now oxygen has 6 electrons in its outer shell, which are shown by the dot here. Now one of the electron out of 6 will go in the sharing with carbon, which we are drawing here, and one more with hydrogen on the other side, which again we are drawing here with the hydrogen. Now hydrogen again with a bold dot line, so again one more hydrogen electron. Now out of the 6 electrons of oxygen, we have drawn 2, so we are left with 4 more, which we are drawing here in the unpaired, unbonded electrons. So here is our structure of the methanol. This question also carries 3 marks again for drawing the correct valency electrons of each of the carbon atom, correct bonding pairs of electrons of each of the carbon atom, and correct arrangement of all the atoms in the molecule. So that is the 4th question. Let's move on with one more question, where this question says the halogens react with other non-metals to form covalent compounds. So here are the halogens, which are again non-metals. Draw a diagram which shows the arrangement of valency electrons in one molecule of a covalent compound of arsenic trifluoride. Now the electronic distribution of arsenic atom is 2, 8, 18, 5. So it shows that it has 5 electrons in its outermost shell and it needs 3 more electrons. So obviously out of 5 electrons, it's going to share 3 electrons with the fluorine atom and 2 will remain unbonded. So let's start with the arsenic at the center, because arsenic forms 3 bonds with the fluorine atom, which can be shown with a simple structure like this. So let's start with the arsenic with 5 electrons in its outermost shell, and it has to be presented by cross. So 5 electrons, out of which 3 goes in sharing with the fluorine and 2 more left out of 5, which we are drawing here as a lone pair, that is non-bonding pairs. Now let's start drawing the fluorine atom. 3 fluorine atoms should be drawn. Now as we know that fluorine atom is in 7th group, so it has 7 electrons in its outer shell and needs 1 more electron for octet. So it's only going to share one of its electron, which goes in sharing with the arsenic and has to be presented by a dot. So we are drawing here 1 electron as a dot from each fluorine atom in the sharing with the arsenic. And now each of the fluorine will have 6 electrons left, which is non-bonding electron. So each fluorine atom will have 6 more electrons, and as we know, the 7th electron is bonded with the arsenic. So here are our 3 fluorine atoms with total of 7 electrons in the outer shell, where 6 are non-bonding electrons and the 7th one is the bonding electron. So here is our structure of arsenic trifluoride. So we have discussed 5 of the subjective questions of the covalent compounds, that is covalent bonding topic, and 5 MCQs also. Still, for the further queries, you can always see the description, download the PDF of this worksheet, and you can, for any guidance, contact the given email ID.